Okay. You come with me.
എട്ട് മണിക്ക് എത്തണമെന്ന് ഞാൻ സ്പെസിഫിക്കലി പറഞ്ഞതല്ലേ?
അല്ല, അതെന്താ അങ്ങനെ?
But how does he know that? How does the hero know where exactly to look for the clues? The most obvious answer is that he is smart, a wisecracking genius.
I need a cake!
He understands crime like no one, a stoic, street-smart masculine figure, a lawman willing to risk everything on his pursuit of the truth. Cinema has been around for more than 150 years, but the smart crime fighter trope predates it. From Victorian literature to our own Indian Sherlock, Byomkesh Bakshi, we've seen him in countless incarnations. An average moviegoer, you've seen about 5,000 films, and most of them are probably genre films. Some are spectacular, some are not. We're forced to recognize certain elements of a film as creative liberties.
I know!
But there are films that play with this trope, creating memorable, unique takes on the detective genre. And at the heart of it is a Malayalam film, Mumbai Police. Both films come under the same genre, crime thrillers, but they have much more in common than that. Both films are about a cop investigating a crime that's directly connected to his or her past. While one film is an edge-of-the-seat thriller, the other one is very much forgettable. Some of the most notable issues with forensic are scenes like these that are totally cringe. But there are a few other things that I want to point out that I think make a bigger difference when it comes to an engaging thriller. The first is
എനിക്കറിയാവുന്ന ആൾക്കാരെയും സംഭവങ്ങളെയും ബിക്കറിയില്ല. ഒരു പേഴ്സണൽ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസും അറിയില്ല. ഒരർത്ഥത്തിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ രണ്ടുപേരും രണ്ടാൾക്കാർ തന്നെയാണ്.
At times, we remember a character more than the film itself. These characters have a life of their own, even after the credits roll. Well written and played to perfection, these characters surpass the longevity of the film itself. Even with actors like Saiju Kurup, Mamta Mohandas, Pratap Potan, the characters they play often feel insignificant and boring. In a cheap attempt to keep the audience guessing, these characters do things that has nothing to do with the plot or themselves. Though Mumbai Police primarily deals with three men, every character is given unique traits and something that makes him or her relatable. While Forensic reduced the lead investigator and forensic assistant to mere gender stereotypes, Mumbai Police cements the film's female leads by channeling every major plot element through them.
വിക്ടിമിന്റെ ബോഡിയിലെ മുറിവ് കൊണ്ട് തിരിച്ചറിയാൻ പറ്റും. ഞാൻ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. And I can start today. But the victim.
Without going into an emotional monologue, this scene efficiently captures what these characters mean to each other. Character relationships are, in many ways, what binds the plot together, drawing us, the audience, into their world. Putting someone the hero cares for in danger is one formula that works in making the threat feel more real. These characters are often people you know, people you care for. These relationships makes the audience relate to the protagonist more, rooting for his success. Establishing such strong relationships is something Forensic really needed. Even a generic scene of reconciliation like this never translates to strong reaction from the audience, mostly because of the lack of a proper backstory for these characters. The angst of a failed marriage or the pain of losing a child are never truly explored apart from their brief mentions. For a film with a total runtime of 2 hours and 12 minutes, very little is invested in examining these interpersonal relationships. Here, writer-duo Bobby Sanjay hints at the relationship these men shared even before we get to know them.
കുറച്ച് ദിവസം എവിടേക്കെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് മാറി നിന്നിട്ട്
അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്താൽ അവൻ മനസ്സിൽ നിന്ന് ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോക്കോളൂ എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഇവിടെയായാലും എവിടെയായാലും ലൈഫിൻ്റെ ഓരോ കോർണറിലും അവനുണ്ടാവും. അതിൽ നിന്ന് രക്ഷപ്പെടാൻ മാത്രം ദൂരത്തേക്ക് മാറി നിൽക്കാൻ നമുക്ക് പറ്റില്ലടാ.
അവൻ ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോയി എന്നുള്ളത് ഒരു റിയാലിറ്റി ആയിട്ട് കാണാൻ എനിക്ക് പറ്റില്ല ഫർഹാൻ. ഐ നീഡ് ടു നോ.
With few dialogues and two brilliant actors, the scene makes an emotional connect between the three men, between three friends. With the film's complex narrative structure, a scene like this plays out differently every time you revisit the film. The emotion stronger every single time.
Spend the rest of my life in the stockade if I have to, but I'm done with this. I'm not gonna ask you again, soldier.
Captain! Now this is bullshit.
Steven Spielberg's Oscar-winning war epic Saving Private Ryan is about war heroes, except this man. He's Corporal Upham, a bookish, inexperienced soldier. In many ways, he is us, and through him, we are forced to live out real possibilities of what it is like to experience war for the first time. If relatable characters binds a film together, a protagonist is the film. The protagonist may not necessarily be the hero, but it is through him that we see the film. That brings me to my third point. Sam is portrayed by Tovino as the hero. We look up to him. He's got all the answers. He knows how to get from point A to point B, almost as if Sam knew how the film would even end. We never get a sense of how he knows all this, except that he knows everything. Anthony Moses B that we meet is what a protagonist is. He's as clueless as we are, trying to solve the same case he had once solved. Every bit of the puzzle is laid in front of us. The audience is challenged to solve the case with Moses. This instantly makes for an engaging thriller.
ഒരു പോലീസ് ഓഫീസർക്ക് കേസ് തെളിയിക്കാനുള്ള സമയം മാത്രമല്ല ചോദിക്കുന്നത്, പാസ്റ്റോ ഫ്യൂച്ചറോ കാണാൻ കഴിയാത്ത ഒരാൾക്ക് എക്സിസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നു എന്നതിനൊരർത്ഥം കണ്ടെത്താനുള്ള സമയം കൂടിയാണ്.
To compare two films of different potential is a crime in itself. But with a film like Forensic, every now and then, it's hard not to appreciate the craft and quality of a film like Mumbai Police. A lot of hard work went into the making of both films. But when we fail to celebrate the films which push the envelope a bit further,
പിന്നെ ഇതുപോലെയുള്ള കഴിവുള്ള മക്കളെ കിട്ടില്ല, അതേ ഉള്ളൂ. സോറി, പാർഡൺ ദ ലാംഗ്വേജ്.